Hello and welcome back for our next episode of Welcome to Madison. I'm excited to see what everybody gets up to tonight. Before we jump in, a few words about our sponsors. They are Fundamental RPG. It's a simple D20 system that's not tied to a genre, so you can use it to play any style of game that you would like, from high fantasy to sci-fi and everything in between. You can pick that up on Amazon. Just search for Fundamental RPG. Or if you want the PDF version, those can be found at coffee.com/raven, like it's spelled in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen. Our other sponsor is Die Hard Dice. You can check out their stuff at dieharddice.com. They have amazing polymer metal dice sets and accessories. They're one of my favorite dice companies. I use them almost exclusively in my dice bag. Right now, I highly recommend checking out the RPG 7-piece set called Fairy. It is a sort of pastel rainbow interior with a green sort of overlay on it with sparkles. They're really pretty. Definitely go check that out. And then if you use the code FUNRPG, FUNRPG, all caps, you can get 10% off of your entire order. Then if you want to catch up on this show or any others that we've had on our Twitch or here on YouTube, you can catch up with that on our YouTube channel where you're watching this currently, if you're watching it live, or over at the Fantasy Network at watch.thefantasy.network. And I think that is everything. So, Nikki, will hand it on over to you.
Okay, let's start with our introductions to our dynamic duo. Which one do you want to go first? You don't all speak up at once.
What do you want us to introduce?
Well, what do you want to introduce?
That doesn't help me.
No, it doesn't.
Like at all.
Just tell us who you are and who your character is.
Hi, I'm Ran at Ran Plays Games on Twitter, and I'm playing John, who is very nervous and not sure what's going on, but he's happy to be here.
And your
Oh, go ahead.
I was just saying it's your turn.
Yes, I'm Emily at Timber Doodles. I'm playing Don. He sort of knows a little bit about what's going on, which is why he's very unhappy to be here.
And I am somebody. I am really bad at introducing myself every time. It's just make up a persona, and that's who I introduce. Anyway, we are in Madison, and the characters, you're just in front of a cornfield.
What time of day is it?
Sunrise.
Okay.
No, I'm sorry, no, midday. I changed my midday.
And what were we doing before this?
You don't really know.
Okay. And it's just us two.
Yes.
Okay. I will turn to look at Don, and then look at the cornfield, and then look around. Is there anyone else around?
No.
Has it stopped snowing at least?
Yeah, it's not snowing. There's snow on the ground, but it's not snowing.
Well, do you happen to recall where? Who even? Why? And John just sort of like pauses and reaches under his big hoodie hood and like clearly pushes at his face a little bit.
No. And Don is like, you can practically see the gears turning in his head, like he's trying to think of, the who, what, where, what happened, where, how did we get here. I would very highly advise that you do not go near the corn, though.
Yes, it doesn't seem like the smartest idea. Perhaps we should repair away from the cornfield?
Are there any like structures in view?
No.
That's comforting. Just
I suppose we head back towards town.
yes.
Where
where's
is town?
where is town?
Yeah, good question.
So at the edge of a cornfield, what's on the other three sides of us?
Corn.
So it's not
So
really
we're
the
just
edge of a
surrounded?
cornfield. We're in the middle of a
You're not
cornfield.
surrounded. I mean, it's like you just there is like some kind of grass or something in a distance, but it's like corn everywhere but one direction.
We go in the non-corn direction, I assume.
That seems to be the only direction that we can go.
Is it like slushy and wet on the ground? Can we see the
No,
remnants of the
it's like
snow?
crunchy
or-
snow, like crunchy snow. You can see
Crunchy
footsteps
snow.
in it.
Okay.
And you'll also see somebody running out of the cornfield ahead of
Oh.
you.
Okay. Are we dressed for the weather? Like, are we dressed appropriately? Okay.
It's like you dressed yourselves that morning, like you.
Like we dressed to go into a cornfield?
Or just to go
Okay.
outside and go walking.
Okay.
Do the footsteps match the shoes that we are wearing?
Yes.
I suppose we follow our own tracks.
Okay. There's somebody runs out of the cornfield.
Oh, hello?
They just turn and look at you. It's a woman in a white dress, not dressed for the corn, with long, kind of reddish copper hair.
Mom, are you all right?
She just looks at the corn, kind of traumatized.
Right. John will look at Don, sort of. Again, it's difficult to tell because you can't really see his face, but you get the vibe that it's questioning. Really.
Did she at least stop when we called out to her?
Yes. Yes.
Wait, you just came out of the were you just in the cornfield? Like, did you just appear in there? Wait, where did you come from?
She's like, she shakes her head no. And if you get closer, you would recognize her from the diner. She's the woman with the big hat.
I do apologize. I don't quite remember your name. But would you like to? We're heading back towards the town. Would you like to walk with us?
She shakes her head no, but then she nods yes, like she's not sure.
Well,
Right.
there appears to be only one direction we can go that is not into the corn, which again, I would
She doesn't want to go into the corn.
not recommend.
Right. Yes. All of the tropes do suggest that would be a bad idea. Yes, I suppose we should follow our own tracks back towards the town. You're very welcome to accompany us, if you would like.
You have acquired a mute woman.
Oh dear. My parents always warned me of such a thing.
Do you want to roll a perception?
Don, you will probably notice John is incredibly wobbly on his feet, just trying to walk around. He's not dealing well with the snow. So is that a sight perception or?
Yeah, sight.
Oh, that's terrible.
16.
5.
A 5?
5.
Oh my gosh. Well, it's not that serious anyway.
I got a 16. That's not bad.
Yeah, that is. So when you saw this woman, she was just supposedly a few nights ago. She was not, well, like 7 months pregnant.
She's pregnant?
Yes, but it's like kind of the dress is kind of flowy. So,
Okay.
but she wasn't like that when you saw her last.
Ah. John will. So she's not dressed for the weather, right?
No.
John will pause for a second, take off his massive hoodie and pass it to her. And be like, you must be freezing. Here you are. Which means that you finally see John's face for the first time since you met him. But we're probably a bit busy at the moment, so I won't stop and describe him.
Yeah, she's not dressed for the weather at all. She was like barefoot. Now she has your coat at least.
Yeah.
We came out of the corn in a state that she was not in last time, which is probably a little bit concerning.
Oh gosh, your feet. I don't. Let's just try and get you out of the snow quickly, perhaps.
Just nods.
And he looks like he's about to offer her like a steadying arm, and then looks down at himself, who's clearly very unsteady, and just doesn't.
Yeah, and Dawn absolutely notices that John is unsteady on his feet. And he winds up just kind of, you know what? He's just gonna offer an arm to both of them. He's in good shape. He can do that.
Much appreciated. Thank you.
Yeah, it's not a problem. I would prefer we all get back there in one piece.
Yeah, don't go into the corn. She's kind of scared of the corn.
We were not planning on going into the corn. Do not worry.
So you all keep walking, and you do see the town after way too long of a time.
I wasn't really prepared for a hike, or maybe I was. John looks down at like his boots and is like, perhaps I was, but I don't know what we were doing. What, it's been about 45 minutes walk out of town?
Yeah.
And I don't remember why we left, or why Sherry and Poe aren't here either.
But you see Nina leaving the doctor's office. I'm just saying there's a doctor's office now.
Why would we have just left together into the middle of nowhere?
Yeah, no, again, from what I understand, the only thing that makes sense here is that nothing makes sense, which I know is crazy, but...
Well, we should get this young lady to the doctor, but because walking barefoot through snow for half an hour is probably very bad, I would think.
Yeah, at some point when we realized that town was going to be a pretty decent distance away, Dawn actually would have taken a pocket knife and cut off one of the sleeves of his shirt under his jacket and cut it in two, and so that would have been at least something she could have put on her feet.
Okay.
Like socks.
Yes, so there was something.
It's kind of cold.
We should definitely get this young lady to the doctor. And
Well,
then my first inclination is still to go to the library and see if we can figure out anything there. What do you think, Dr. Reed?
I'd say doctor first, then library. Yeah, that sounds like a good plan.
Well, conveniently,
Excellent.
Nina's outside of the doctor's office, so you know exactly where that is.
Yeah, I guess we head in that direction. So John, you finally see John's face. He has long dark hair with a couple of like premature graying streaks in it that he's got tied back in like a bun on the back of his head. But like way too loosely, so it's doing that thing where it like very much slips down around the ears. Really like quite thin and gaunt looking, and a really big scar across his face, like covering like almost Zuko style, but you don't necessarily think it's a burn. Like it's some kind of scar, but it's difficult to tell what. And all of his body language is very like in and small and don't look at me. I'm not here. Don't look at me. Gray eyes.
Yeah, Don notices the scar, obviously, but he like barely gives that a second glance.
The woman does say that introduce herself as Sheila eventually, the closer you get to town.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Sheila. Yes, certainly. I'm John. This is my acquaintance.
Yeah, I acquaintance, I think, is the right word.
Dr.
Don.
Don Reed. Yes.
Just Don is fine. Because, you know, not medical doctor, and I'm not working, and, you know, people tend to get confused. And
it is remarkable how many people make the assumption if you say doctor. This is an awkward smile. Yes. Anyway, yes, to the doctor's office.
Okay. Where are you from?
Me? I'm from Cambridge, in the UK, not the one in Massachusetts.
that's funny. I'm actually originally from the Cambridge in Massachusetts. More recently from Texas. Well, now at least.
I'm from Duluth.
Duluth. Is that Georgia?
Yes.
I'm never too certain on my American geography. I suppose I've finally put in enough hours to remember a few. Well, what brings you to Madison all the way from Georgia? That is far, right?
It's Madison.
Yes.
From family business, and my town is gone.
Is gone. One of the right. I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have. Yes, of course. Let's and John will sort of hurriedly move forward and knock on the edge of the door frame as they come into the doctor's office.
Nina, open the door for you.
Oh, hi,
She's there.
Nina.
Hi, you dropped me off here earlier.
I see.
Read it.
Oh.
Well, we're here with this young lady who is in a fairly rough shape. Is the doctor free? Do you know?
I'll see if he's back there. I know he was talking about lunch. Come in. I'm sure he wouldn't want her just standing out here. Who is she?
Don kind of
absolutely terrible with names.
Don kind of looks to Sheila because he's not sure if she wants to give a real name or not, and he would completely understand if she didn't.
She just walks past me.
He also glances at his phone, which has suddenly received a flurry of, messages and kind of glances between it and Sheila several times and goes, "Oh God."
Oh God, what? Oh shoot, where is my phone? And John will sort of pat himself down. I'm sure it's around his. Maybe it's in my hoodie. I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is. What? Oh God.
He kind of tries to keep his voice low and says, apparently Duluth is gone.
One of the catastrophes that's been occurring?
Yes. But like instantly, just gone.
Instantly?
Like scorched off the face of the earth. Gone.
Scorched? Some sort of firestorm? Or I don't think there's much volcanic activity in that area, is there?
Well, there's a few conspiracy theorists blaming the
giant
laser.
space laser?
You mean the small laser that is currently on Europa?
Yes, the giant space laser.
Yeah, they're blaming this. It's not that. It's
Well, no, of course not. But people are very
the point is
strange about such things, aren't they?
the town is gone. And
Wait, there's giant space lasers?
no,
This is Nina asking.
Theoretically, but not actually.
yeah, people who claim there are, but not that
And
I'm aware of.
towns?
What?
They're blowing up towns? Isn't that what you just said?
No, that's not what he just. Nina, be sensible.
Okay, well, he said the town was gone,
Yes,
and then he mentioned the giant space lasers.
because
Oh
there's a
no, there's
conspiracy
conspiracy theory.
saying that it blew up the town. There's no proof that a giant space laser blew up the town.
Okay, so what blew up the town?
Nina, we've been here the whole time. How would we know?
I don't know.
I'm sorry, that was a little.
He's a super genius, and you're a super.
I don't
I'm
know.
Not a super anything.
The satellite data is still coming in. I don't know.
Okay. Well, you are a super genius. You know these things.
Like I said, the satellite data is still coming in. This stuff takes a while to process. And I don't know. I don't know. The town is just it's gone. It's just gone.
But glad I'm not from there.
John will look over to Sheila and then to Nina, who's standing 2 feet away, and give her the most disapproving English teacher look.
Sorry. Sheila's just staring 1,000 yards there.
Nina, this young lady has just been through something terrible. Honestly, what would your parents think if they heard you say something like that in a situation like this to a young lady who's clearly in distress, clearly in need of medical attention, and possibly some kind of psychiatric help, depending on how she ended up here? And you say something like that? What are you thinking?
I don't know. Let's get her. I'm gonna get her a blanket.
Yes, I should think so.
There should be some. I think he said something about slippers or something. And what else could we get her?
A blanket, some slippers, and some hot tea. I should think.
Well, you going to help too?
Well, I thought that for now I would help by making sure that there are no disruptive influences around.
Well, the tea is. I think there was some in the back.
Well, yes. I'll.
Do
you mind staying and keeping an eye on Sheila herself?
No, you told me to get a blanket.
I wasn't talking to you, Nina.
Yes, I can stay and keep an eye on you.
Thank you. I'll be right back. And John will kind of stump off towards the back, making little disapproving, the manners.
Sorry.
I just love the idea of me turning to someone else. Can you do this? And Nina going, you told me to do something else. Like, yeah, no shit, Nina.
Nina will get the blanket at least and then drape it around her shoulders.
And Dawn does tell her thank you. He's trying to be polite.
John was trying to be polite right up until she started being absolutely terrible. Can you imagine someone coming out of like a horrific situation? Your entire town is gone. Your whole family's probably dead. You were marooned somewhere in a cornfield in the middle of the snow with no shoes, like 6 months, 7 months pregnant. And some woman just goes, wow, glad my whole town didn't die in a fire. Like, John is usually very quiet and restrained. I cannot believe someone would say that.
Okay, so Nina does look over, and not Nina, Sheila does look to Nina and is like, where are you from? And Nina just kind of shrugs, and Sheila's like, well, I can't name your city if you don't tell me where you're from. And Nina just kind of backs off. She's kind of creepy now.
John will come back with 4 cups of tea on a tray. Pass it. It's cold outside. Everyone's getting tea. He's English. He's in a panicking situation. He has made tea.
No biscuits. No, I'm just kidding.
Nina grabs a cup of tea.
Yeah.
Like, puts like a bunch of sugar in it.
Yes. Dawn, it's pretty cold outside. I thought you might appreciate a warm drink.
Thank you. Dawn also puts a whole bunch of sugar in his tea.
John does not flinch, even though he would love to.
Sheila does not. She just holds the cup and kind of warms her hands.
Right. I suggest you try and get some of that down here. Sheila, it's...
Yeah. She'll take a sip since you told her to.
Nina, any news on that doctor?
I'll look at his schedule, but like after he stitched me up, he said he was going to lunch.
Don, do you have Sherry's number?
I
mean, I know I do, but I'm just not sure where my phone is. Sheila, is my phone in that hoodie?
well, I mean, we all exchanged numbers at the diner.
Right. Do you think you could text her and ask her aunt if she's preoccupied with the doctor again?
Sheila's going to reach into her pocket and she will find your phone.
Ah, thank you. Oh, I have a lot of missed calls. Oh dear. Well, that's a problem for later. And even though he theoretically took the phone to send a text message, he immediately locks it and sticks it in a pocket, like not even thinking about it.
You hear banging at the door. You've been here for a little while, so Sheila's warmed up. Tea's probably gone.
If the tea is gone, John has gone and made more tea. No one's running out of tea.
Okay. Well, second cup
I
of
don't know
tea.
what to do in a crisis situation, but I know how to make tea.
So someone's banging on the door then.
Yeah.
Well, it's cold outside, so Dawn's gonna go check to see who's at the door and let him in.
It is a guy, one of the NPCs. Let me figure out what his last name is.
Is it Reed?
Reed. I was gonna say, is it also
No,
Reed?
it's not Reed. It's not Reed. It is Taylor. It's a guy. He said, I'm Richard Reed. Yeah, sorry, it does say Reed. Oh, I changed that. I'm Richard Taylor. I am looking for my fiance. And he holds up a picture of the woman. Have you seen her?
Yes. Come in. We're just waiting for the doctor. I think she got rather turned around. We ran into her while we were on a morning constitutional.
Oh, is she all right?
Well, as all right as one can be, finding themselves in the middle of nowhere, not dressed for the weather.
Oh yes.
As I said, come in. Have some tea.
Are you from Duluth as well?
No, I'm from New York.
It's a lovely city.
Yes, it is. It's a lovely state.
Right, yes.
Yes, not necessarily from New York City. Yeah.
Yes, right, of course.
No, but we've been several times. Well, where is Sheila? Like he'll look around before he sees her. Oh, she was outside and wearing that?
Well, the hoodie is mine, but the rest of it, yes.
Did she have shoes on this time?
No.
No.
Okay, I'll get her some shoes. And he gets out his phone and starts tapping on it.
And perhaps a coat of her own.
Yes.
Not that I like. It is rather chilly though.
What is on her feet right now? Those aren't shoes.
No.
Are those pieces of a coat?
Yeah, Don still has his jacket on, but it's visible that it's visible under the cuff of his jacket that he has cut off.
One sleeve.
Or at least, yeah,
right,
the sleeve of his shirt is missing.
So another jacket for you. Do you?
Well, no, just a jacket for her, and I can take my jacket back.
Yes, I got that. I'm typing that into for my assistant to bring. Anything else?
Oh, I have other shirts in my luggage. It's fine. It's not a big deal, really.
No, it's fine. I want to replace whatever happened. I'm sorry about this. We are working on keeping her inside. She's been through a lot lately.
Yeah, so I've heard.
Okay, my assistant should be here in 3 or 4 minutes, and we'll bring all of the replacements for your items.
Oh, Mickey. So
Yes.
when John made the tea, he would have also found a big bowl and filled it with warm water, and has got her to put her feet in the warm water to slowly warm them back up.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. So he's been topping that off with the kettle occasionally to keep it warm.
You've taken such good care of her. I am really, really grateful.
I think it's anything that anyone would do for someone in distress. I would think. I would like to think.
Most people would, yes. Now, I think I hear my assistant. I'll bring your items in. Here's my card. He's got a business card.
Oh, yes. I have a business card somewhere. And John will then proceed to pat himself down again, and then turn to and say, "Is there in the pocket of my hoodie? Is there a wallet?"
Sheila reaches in and pulls out the wallet.
Thank you. Yes, here, my business card.
And he hands over his, and then he got dashed out to get the things.
I should keep a hold of this. He says, shaking his own wallet.
As soon as he's out of the building, Don kind of goes, "Yeah, of course he would have exactly the items we need in the luggage, or the things that his assistant has just brought to this building right now." That makes sense.
Well, if he's looking for his missing fiancée, who has a habit of wandering into the cold without any shoes or a coat, carrying a pair of shoes and a coat around in your car isn't precisely unreasonable.
Watch, he'll have a shirt or something that's exactly like the one I'm wearing
That would be
sans missing
remarkable
sleeve.
considering the pattern.
It's a plain white button down. Not that exciting.
Sheila's like, he'll have it all.
Yeah, that's what I
I-
guessed.
John will kind of pull over a chair because I assume we're in the waiting room, right?
Yeah.
Basically, we'll pull a chair over to sit opposite her and sit down very carefully and like reach out to hold her hands and be like, "Are you happy to go back with that man?"
Just shrugs.
If you don't want to, I'm sure that between us, myself and Don could help somehow. At the very least, and he'll take out his business card, turn it over and write like his personal cell number on the back. But you should keep this at least, and if you need anything, night or day, please.
She's going to take it, and then she's going to like hide it on her person.
I don't.
Yep. Before she takes it, Don actually adds his personal number to it, and he has been very intently listening to this conversation.
She's just going to, when you said don't trust him.
I'm sorry, I couldn't quite hear that, Nikki.
Don't trust him.
I see.
And then he's going to dash back inside.
And John will sort of casually lean back and be, well, it seems like your hands have warmed up a little bit, so that's good. Because, you know, he doesn't have really a good reason for leaning forward and holding this woman's hands, like, quite intently. Well, it seems like your hands have warmed up, so that's good. Mr. Taylor, we were just saying, Sheila thinks that perhaps waiting for the doctor is a good idea. So if you have a lot to be getting on with, myself and Don are quite happy to wait here with Sheila until he returns. You seem like a very busy young man.
Yes, I am with my campaign. Are you certain you can sit with her?
I'll shoot like a double check look at Don.
Yeah, that's not a big deal. I mean, look, I know I probably don't look it, but I actually do some mountaineering as a hobby, and being out in the snow for a while, it really would be best for a doctor to do a quick check, because you'd be surprised something like frostbite can sneak up on you.
Yes,
Right,
and we're here on a trip, so we're in no great hurry to get anywhere. I think that anything important can be handled over the phone. Certainly, if you would like, I can give you a call once we've spoken to the doctor to let you know Sheila's prognosis.
Yes,
and arrange whatever needs to be arranged.
Yes, that's fine. Here, he hands you money. Like a
yes. And John will just sort of hand it to Don. He looks slightly confused to have been handed a stack of money.
Oh, it's fine, really. That's not a big deal.
And I have your vote for mayor.
I'm English. I don't vote in America. But
just put a good word for me and with your American friends.
Yes, my many American friends that I definitely have. Yes,
Richard,
well, absolutely. But best of luck, Mr. Taylor.
I believe this is outside of my voting jurisdiction, unfortunately. Otherwise...
Can you put a good word in for me, Doc?
Sure thing.
Great. I'll be calling you, Sheila. You know what I'm going to say. And then he walks out. Happily. He did drop off clothes, by the way, and a white shirt, exactly matching.
Dawn kind of looks at the shirt once Taylor's like, Dawn looks at the shirt and then looks at John like, what did I tell you? What did I tell you?
It is a bit unusual. I will say, John keeps referring to people as like young lady and young man when they are clearly like the same age or slightly older than him. Like he's like 24, 25 at most looking at this guy's face. Like he's not. He should not be speaking this way.
Okay, so Nina is like really mad because the guy ignored her. She's like
I didn't even notice that.
Oh god, that's right.
mocking him.
But John is
Probably
basically going to be sitting quietly with Sheila, trying to get her to talk, like about casual things, like, oh, what do you do for fun? Like, are you? Isn't the weather lovely? I suppose the weather isn't particularly lovely right now. What with the snow and all. Are your feet warm enough? Do you want me to top up the whole? What would you like, another cup of tea, perhaps?
I like to write poetry.
Oh, well, that's very interesting. Poetry. I must admit, I've never had the hang of poetry. It's not my forte. I suppose I'm drawn more to prose. But I suppose as much as anyone's drawn to anything, really. But poetry, that's very interesting. What's your favorite poet?
Emily Dickinson.
Excellent. The common meter was very interesting. I'm sure you've heard this one before, but you can actually read a lot of Emily Dickinson poetry to the same meter and scheme as the Pokemon theme song, because they both use the common meter.
I didn't know that.
Yes. Because I could not stop for death, he kindly stopped for me. Yeah, it all scans, which is interesting and fun as a fact. As soon as she's put on her coat, John immediately flips the hood back up on his hoodie.
At hearing that fact from John, Dawn appears as though he has just heard some grand revelation.
Nina's pulling us the Pokemon theme up on her phone.
Dawn's playing it in his head.
And Sheila's just like a little confused, but she's fine. Y'all are nice.
So, what are you doing out in the field, Sheila?
I was trying to find someplace safe.
Safe from your fiance?
No, from home.
So the last thing you remember is being in Georgia?
No.
No. So you simply don't want to return to the house that you share with your fiance and your family?
No, they came here.
I do apologize. I think perhaps I'm misunderstanding you.
But I was somewhere else.
You were somewhere else, and you were trying to get away from home, or back?
Away from where I was.
Away from where you were. Right. Well, I think that perhaps. Are you all right? I'm just going to freshen up your tea for a moment. Don, would you mind giving me a hand? I think the American kettle is a little. I think I did something to it. I did something with the lid. And John will scoop up all of the mugs and kind of look at Don expectantly.
Which he's kind of nervous about leaving.
Nina's there.
Yeah, at least okay, yeah, that's true. But he doesn't want to leave either of them alone. But he does, yeah, kind of nod and go with John.
I think that perhaps we should try and arrange something with the doctor to say that Sheila shouldn't head back with her fiance.
really wouldn't necessarily disagree. I would also, however, recommend further assessment of the doctor himself.
Yes, I'm just simply not. I don't feel right about leaving a young lady in a situation that makes her feel so unsafe she's willing to run into the snow for an hour out of town. I mean, I suppose I wouldn't feel right about it being with anyone, but particularly a young lady in her condition.
Yes, that. Granted, it seems. I mean, it seems very clear that she's not comfortable with her fiance, but the situation she left seems a little unclear. The situation she left directly, at least.
Oh, well, trauma can have that effect often. It will muddle things and make it
I'm-
difficult to recall things in the correct order of events.
That's fair. I'm quite aware, but
Perhaps we could, from here, if I'm not incorrect, it's only a block or so to Sherry's house. We could, at the very least, say that the doctor has advised that she stay very close by to the clinic for regular checkups, perhaps, or
that's true, and it's not like we're lacking for room at that house.
and if it's something where perhaps she feels uncomfortable staying with a pair of strange men, well, it's the house is owned by a woman of mature age, and I would understand if she felt uncomfortable staying with a pair of strange men, is all I'm trying to say.
Oh, that would be understandable, yes. Granted, Dawn is about 40 and wearing a wedding ring, but he does nod, say, yeah, that's fair.
All I'm saying is I think that perhaps in this particular case, should we need to perhaps massaging the truth to make it a slightly more fitting shape, considering the circumstances may be in order.
Look, that guy is sus as hell, and I'll lie through my goddamn teeth if I have to.
There is just this sensation that by speaking so plainly, it's like you've slapped John in the face with a fish. Like, he just stops for a second. It's like, quite, yes. Well, I'm glad that we have that in order. I think that I think I saw a packet of wafer biscuits up there. Perhaps you're a bit taller than me. You could investigate. The kettle's almost boiled. And
Yeah.
we'll go back to making yet more tea.
Just wanted to check in. You didn't happen to sprain your ankle or something?
Oh, no, I haven't. Oh, right, you wouldn't know. And John will sort of prop himself against the counter, picks up a knife from on the block, and wraps it very hard against his lower left leg, and there is a sound of metal ringing.
And Dawn actually kind of stares for a moment, only for a moment, and then it's kind of like, oh, that's a totally normal thing. It's like, oh, okay, yeah, I get you. Sucks we got marooned out in the snow like that.
Yes, I'll admit this has not been my day. Actually, Don, the date on your phone, as I remember, it was the 21st yesterday. It's currently telling me that it is the 28th. Is that what you have?
And Don's gonna check his phone and see what.
Yes.
Yes, it says it is the 28th.
Not ideal. Do you think this is more of the strangeness with the GPS, or?
There's a kind of a passage of time time dilation thing. It's weird. I'm not 100% sure how it works.
Right. I was going to say the weather front has not been kind to me over the last day, but perhaps I should say over the last week. I'm not entirely sure. And John will flip the knife around and put it back up. Anyway, yes, I tend to be a little bit more unsteady on my feet.
I mean, I have
on my left side.
I have some over the counter. It's just like ibuprofen, and he pulls out. It's like one of those little bitty travel packets of ibuprofen that he had in the back pocket of his jacket.
That's very kind. I do have painkillers, but they're a bit stronger and they tend to make me a little bit loopy. So I prefer not to take them unless I'm feeling very secure where I am, and I'm afraid that that's not the case.
So not here. Basically not here. No, that's fair.
But very little else does anything. But I appreciate the thought. It's very kind of you.
And Don kind of checks his phone to check the time, see how long they've been waiting for the doctor.
A long time.
So how long is lunch break usually around here? Because he's kind of wondering if lunch break involves another booty call.
Are they back with the two ladies?
Yeah, I think they head back in with the tea and the biscuits.
Okay. They're Nina is braiding Sheila's hair and they're laughing with each other.
Good news, everyone. We've found rations. And John will nod to the biscuits that Don's carrying.
Oh, sweet. Nina grabs 5 of them.
Dawn actually has to resist the urge to reflexively repeat the words "good news, everyone," like Dr. Farnsworth from Futurama.
Good news, everyone.
He actually does have to resist doing that.
Sheila is looking a little warmer now and better. It's been a little while.
I think I'll just quickly text Sherry and ask if she can contact her aunt and see if perhaps that's where. I'm going to assume Dr. Reed is.
Yeah, he's with the aunt.
How very.
John will continue texting and be like, "Can you ask her to send him over here? We have a frostbite case. Thank you."
I don't think she's going to interrupt him.
It might be urgent.
I don't think Sherry will interrupt him, but she will. Oh my god.
I know it's awkward, but we have a medical emergency. We've been waiting for 2 hours. How long is this goddamn booty call?
Sorry.
What's going on up there? How thorough is this?
Okay, I stop laughing.
Just to be clear, this is all out of character. John would never say that. Goddamn, woman! Let the man rest! And also do his job.
So, just because I feel like doing this, Sheila's going to look over at you, John, and she's going to say, the booty call is probably a couple hours at least.
That's thorough. Well, you can no longer see John's face, but you can just tell he has gotten bright red. Well, in that case, perhaps we should all prepare to go get lunch. As nice as tea is and warm, I don't remember breakfast, so I'm going to assume it was some time ago. And perhaps we could step out for a moment?
Yeah, as long as you're not having me go back to work at the diner.
Seriously,
I'm considering it.
a couple hours.
Look, I will admit, I'm single. Is that normal? Is that...
Don kind of gets his look on his face, like maybe he's not the person to ask.
Right. Well, I shan't ask any further questions. I don't think I will enjoy the
It's
answers
just
I receive.
A little hard to read, but maybe.
Maybe I'm the one who's strange. John very quietly to himself.
Sorry, I just laughing about. He just already got her coat on, ready to go.
Yeah, I guess we go find somewhere to get lunch. I heard there's a pizza place around here that's good.
Yeah, but that's all the way on the other side of town. Let's go to the there's a bed and breakfast with a restaurant next to it.
Right, yes, that sounds good.
Not
And from the map, and John will pull out the little like tourist pamphlet he had. It says the library's quite close to the bed and breakfast.
yes.
Yeah, perfect. That works great.
And they're all warm locations. And Sheila has some shoes.
And a coat.
And perhaps we can ask Sherry to message us when the doctor leaves her aunt's house, so we can return to the practice.
Yes.
Certainly. Whoa. What are they even doing? No.
Don quietly
lunch.
mutters something about the safe word being "do your fucking job."
If it's possible, John's hoodie is now blushing.
There's like a little comic beside him of a cartoon John blushing.
Right. Well, surprisingly warm in here. Shall we go get some lunch, perhaps?
Now Don looks slightly embarrassed because he didn't think he said it quite that loud.
Ears like a hawk, eyes like a bat.
But only for a second, because it's like, look at the situation where.
Just don't like, I've said worse. Yeah, we go get some lunch, I guess.
Yeah. So there's flyers everywhere for the Richard. Well, it's like two first names. Richard Raymond Taylor's running for mayor. He's classic town.
Is there anyone running against him? Can we see what his opposition is?
There's nobody running against him.
Okay. I know that American elections are quite different, but is this normal?
No.
Excellent.
Don goes through his pockets as they're passing one of the flyers and kind of glances around, and he takes out a Sharpie and writes "Vote for Pedro" on one of the flyers.
Oh my gosh.
Tucks the Sharpie back in his pocket, continues swapping because he needs some small form of amusement in this hell town.
She's not gonna like that.
And what, confusing this poor British man isn't enough for him?
He's not gonna like there's somebody running against him.
He like looked around, he like glanced around to make sure nobody that wasn't in their immediate group was looking.
He's
like,
going to hate
it's a dumb joke. It's a dumb joke.
It doesn't matter. He's going to hate him.
He doesn't care. Right at this moment, he does not care.
So, Sheila, what do you do for work?
I'm not supposed to work.
You're not supposed to work.
No.
John shoots yet another concerned glance shared with Dawn, just like, I am so worried.
Well, I mean, if you could, what would you? Is there something you'd like to do for work?
I don't know. I've never thought about that.
Did you go to university?
No.
No. Okay. Well, you enjoy poetry. What else do you do with your days?
Not much. Just reading and learning skills.
Reading.
Okay.
I'm a bit of a bookworm myself. When I'm not busy apparently tramping through snow-covered cornfields. What are you reading right now?
I had to read the Key of Solomon, but I snuck
The
a
ritual
out of it.
text?
Yes,
I see.
I snuck a romance novel inside of it. Don't tell anybody.
I shan't. Hand to heart, I really shan't. So the Key of Solomon, and I suppose you followed that up with the Book of the Dead and the coffin texts.
I had to read the Book of the Dead first.
Naturally. And are these things that your fiance thought you would enjoy, or
No, my father had me read those.
your father? Oh, that would be the man from the diner,
Yes.
who that other young woman spilled the coffee all over.
Yes.
Oh, didn't you have a friend there? The something? Don, do you remember?
She knows who you're talking about. She looks like she feels really, really bad, and then she just nods. Someone who worked there?
Oh, did she work there? I thought she was just hanging around watching Titanic.
Yeah, we ran into her outside of town.
Right. But your friend... Oh, when you say friends, do you mean you'd only just met?
No, it's been a little while.
Right. Okay. Have you ever considered perhaps... No. Never mind. Well, we're here. Bed and breakfast and food.
And then library. And hopefully we'll hear back from the doctor. At some point.
Sure. Sorry.
Every time he mentions the doctor, Dawn has gotten a significantly more chill, but every time he mentions the doctor, Dawn sounds slightly angrier.
The little restaurant is, you both saw it last season. It's exactly the same Richard behind the counter.
Which was a woman, right? The Richard
Yes.
behind the counter?
Yes.
Hi, how can I help you?
Yes, 4 for lunch.
Have a seat. I'll get you any requests for lunch?
What's good?
We've got some beef stew, unless you're vegetarian, and we have some vegetable stew.
Yeah, vegetable stew would be lovely. Thank you.
Do you want any of these IPAs? We've got a million of them.
Oh, no, just tea, please.
Okay. What about
Don
the rest of it?
kind of frowns at the mention of IPAs. Like, oh dear.
There's a ton of them everywhere.
A single case of fat yak up on the wall.
Where's it, Jason?
Yeah, if I could just get a coffee, please. I'm gonna think on lunch for a minute.
Yes, actually, I'll have a coffee as well. Thank you.
Okay.
Not tea.
Just will say she wants. She's one of the names drink from Starbucks.
Right.
And Sheila's just gonna like blink at the lady, so Nina's gonna order her lunch.
I assume we eat and move on. Like this is
Yeah.
not super.
Yeah.
Important. To the library. For my field trip, I want to go to the library. Yeah. Sorry.
And you all the pay. You know that you don't pay anything because they won't take your money there.
John doesn't seem to notice. You kind of get the feeling that John doesn't notice a lot of things generally.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Nina's got her big Starbucks drink and the Starbucks cup.
With the logo?
Yes.
It's fine, John doesn't notice.
Don actually did a little experiment at the diner, and he asked for a special from a seafood restaurant in Cambridge.
And then he got it.
Yep.
Perfect.
I didn't think we were anywhere near the ocean. How have they got fresh crab?
We're near everywhere.
Because it's Madison. That's how.
Right. And John flips open his notebook to start writing something down and then pauses. It's like, Don, I was still, and he like flips back like a dozen pages of like crammed notes. He's like, this is the last thing I remember writing. And now, and he like pushes the note pages like from side to side. There are all of these, and it's in my handwriting.
There is probably something in there. There is almost certainly something in there about Dawn having mentioned this being a pocket dimension at the far edge of the known universe.
The first 3 pages of this appears to be a first-person account from your perspective of this being a pocket dimension.
Yes.
And something about a laboratory in New Orleans?
A NASA facility, yes. And a pocket dimension at the far edge of the known universe, or the visible universe, unless it's moved.
Don, I didn't write this.
Excuse me. I thought it was a few days until Christmas. I see a sign up there that says after Christmas.
Oh, good. We're missing time. That's
Wasn't it the
That would explain
23rd?
why I have so many missed calls. If I missed Christmas. Mark is going to be very mad at me. Oh dear.
What's the date?
28th, I believe?
yeah. According to my phone, it is the 28th.
Nina just kind of curses to herself and takes a big sip of her drink. Was I at that doctor's office for a week?
I don't know.
Don, as lovely as you seem to be, I don't think that we decided to go on a week-long solo hike together. Not the least because neither of us have bags. I think
Where's
it's more
everybody
likely
else?
that time passed and then we lost that time.
Where's everyone else?
Sherry said she's been at Target. Poe, I'm not getting any response from, but he doesn't. If he's writing, he wouldn't be checking his phone.
The last thing I remember was you dropping me off at the doctor.
The last thing I remember was us all bunking down at Mrs. Mrs. Baptiste's house.
Yeah.
Yes, that.
After the snow started.
Well, I think I remember you dropping me off here. You had to have. And the doctor stitched me up.
And then went on the world's longest lunch break. Yes.
The
Yeah.
veterinarian, if I recall correctly.
No, that was a house visit. We didn't drop Nina off. Nina must
Yeah,
have been dropped off at some point during the
No, because I have
plot
this
of time we're missing.
I got this.
John
anime-
immediately starts drawing a timeline in his notebook, with like one end being snowstorm at Baptiste's, and then the other end being cornfield wake up with Dawn. It's like, we don't know how much time has passed precisely between these 2 points, but perhaps we would be able to retrace our steps and figure out what we've missed.
I
At
hate
some
con-
point, we dropped Nina off at the doctor. And it was like a dot point, and then Nina at doctor.
We were supposed to be right back. And you were.
And we were, so we only dropped you off this morning, was it?
Yeah, not that long ago.
Okay. And John will put like a line on the timeline and writes Nina at doctor. Before we dropped you off, what were we doing? Was it just me and Don? Was everyone there?
I don't remember that far.
What's the
I just
last
know
thing you
you-
remember before the doctor?
I don't know. Sleeping at the house, getting there.
Very puzzling indeed.
But I hate this nonsense, this time stuff.
Yes, I'm not vanishingly fond of it either. The stew is excellent though, and he'll like shoot a thumbs up to the Richard behind the counter.
She smiles and waves happily.
Don is kind of checking through his phone, trying to sort time out as well. And, I have he's kind of using his phone to sort through some of the stuff he saved from his laptop as well. Apparently you matched my my speed record on Rainbow Road in Mario Kart 64, so that happened at some point.
Oh, well, I suppose it can't have been, unimaginable torment if we were playing Mario Kart. It looks like and John will be like going through his phone too. He's like, I sent some emails. I got some work done. Met most of my deadlines, but not all of them.
Sorry.
And there's a picture of all of us in the library at Baptiste's house.
Didn't you miss a deadline?
He missed one, he met the others.
Okay, no, Nina's saying that.
Oh, you do remember? Yes.
You missed the deadline.
Yes, I did.
And Dawn is like NASA.
Yeah, he's probably got Ben partially covering for him since he's deputy project director. So they have gone in reverse. Dawn was covering for Ben. Now Ben is covering for Dawn, and Oh god. But still, the project director just disappearing is oh, that's extra bad.
How do we know these things about each other?
I mean,
That is
to
an
be
excellent
fair,
question.
Dawn showed up with a lanyard and an
Yeah.
ID badge that said
NASA.
Yeah.
and said project, deputy or not deputy, it's a project director for the project he was on.
Did they used to do roller derby?
Yes, that's how he met his wife.
But how do I know this about you?
I don't know. The missing time, I guess.
It looks like I was playing Mario Kart too, but I think I lost. Happens.
I mean, the point is having fun, to be fair.
Yeah, it is. It is so much fun.
And
Out of character, no, the point is winning, but in character, yes, the point is having fun.
And
Oh,
Dawn
you said
is
I lost.
Dawn is really good at Mario Kart, but he's also really chill about it.
The worst combination.
Well, I it's fun, so I don't care about winning that game.
Certainly. Well, my notes just end in I need to get to the library underlined about 4 times. So perhaps that next.
Okay, let's go. You ready, Shiva?
How are you feeling? Are you managing to walk all right?
Shiva nods.
Right.
Right.
Yes.
And
As I said, Sherry will text when
yes.
Dr. Reed leaves her house.
That's gonna get awkward.
Mm. Not
Well,
ideal.
It's a little confusing.
Didn't he give an oath or something about giving help to those in need?
Yes, also just hearing my name constantly and thinking
Oh, yes.
I wouldn't be that much of a dickhead.
Dr. Reed. That's Sheila saying Dr. Reed.
Yeah,
Why are you
just
here, Dr. Reed?
huh?
Why are you here, Dr. Reed? In this town full of Reeds.
I don't know. I was in Seattle at a conference center and hotel and walked out of an elevator into a diner.
It's funny how your roads led to this.
Yeah,
To here.
I not haha funny, but weird funny.
And Ben led Ben here.
He just kind of stares at her for a minute.
And you.
Who's Ben?
He is he's the friend of mine who actually got stuck here before.
Right.
How do you know? What did Janie tell you or something?
No. I just know.
Oh, you just know. Okay, yeah, that
Yeah.
makes.
They led you both here.
What led us both here?
Sheila just goes blank again.
Oh, okay.
Right.
That's
This is also
That was
concerning.
creepy, right? Nina's asking. Yeah.
Yes, it was unnerving. But shock and untreated hypothermia are probably not an ideal place for the brain to be operating. Who knows what soup of neurochemicals are happening in there right now?
Probably.
Yes,
But
not
pretty big.
ideal.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say anything. Oh look, well, there's a library. And she points, and that's where we can take a break.
Oh, thank. And John will.
Yeah, a break. Good, great.
What the fuck is happening?
We are taking a break.
All right, awesome. So we'll be back in 15 minutes. So go stretch, grab some snacks, drinks, that sort of thing, and then we'll be right back.
Hello.
Okay, welcome to Madison. We are in front of the library with Don and John, and Nina and Sheila.
John is the happiest he's been since we arrived in this town because now there's a library.
I have a question, but I'll wait.
A question?
I was gonna say, how is this like a huge library, or like in a major city, this would be like a satellite branch?
It's not a huge library. It's slightly larger than Baptiste's house, a big Victorian building.
Okay, just curious.
So do we see like Poe's motorbike outside the library? Like,
he's probably pulling up just as you all are pulling up.
How convenient.
love it.
Is it just me and Eleanor? Is it anything different? Anything special I should
No,
know?
it's just you, Eleanor, Nina, and Don, and I keep calling him Don John now.
Yes, Don John.
Nina and Don John are there, plus this weird woman.
Plus a new redheaded lady who's very
A new redheaded lady. Okay.
Who's like, well, no, she was at the diner.
new to us, gently used.
I mean, yeah, you guys are gonna have to help paint the scene for me. All I know is apparently I was done shopping, pull up, dog's got the doggos on. Is it still cold? I know it's not snowing anymore, but is it still cold?
It's still pretty cold. Like we're wearing coats and stuff.
Okay, so then Poe would definitely, still have all the cold gear on, which means you would be able to hear it like underneath his.
I'm sorry, I can't quite hear you. Perhaps try again without the muffler.
It's like, oh yeah, excuse me. Yeah, I wasn't quite sure where the two of you went, and town's not very big. Just did a circle around the block, and there you are. What are we doing here?
Investigating.
Oh yeah, it's like the whole reason we're here.
Mm-hmm.
Wonderful.
And we're waiting on a call from the doctor, because Sheila needs to be seen, but he's not in at the moment. So
he's on a different kind of call.
A booty call.
That happens a lot in this town.
Yes.
Yeah, I think I think they have a thing going on.
I mean, I know the term, the village bicycle, but it feels like everybody in this town's a bicycle.
Right. Yes.
I didn't even hear that, but that's what you say, Poe. So
I'm just saying, it's like, it's some parts of this town seem extremely unfriendly, and then other parts a little extra friendly.
Well, and then there's apparently the half of the town where all the air's been let out of the tires.
Are you extra friendly with her, Poe?
I'm not even, to be honest, I'm a little confused, so I'm gonna say no. Just be on the safe side.
I mean, you did go to Target with her.
Nina, you've already been very inappropriate once today. Do you really think it is worth pushing your luck twice?
No, but I do it anyway.
And John will look at her very disapprovingly from under his giant hood where you can't actually see his expression. But the vibes are disapproving.
Nina says, chicka bow wow.
Right! And John will sort of straighten up and just march into the library.
Yeah. I mean, I guess if we're waiting for a phone call, does that mean cell phone service is working, or are we waiting next to a pay phone? What's going on? Does this town have pay phones?
Cell phones are working.
Oh, okay.
A little bit delayed, but they're working.
This town doesn't really have pay anything, really.
Huh. Wonder what you would call just a service phone? I don't know. But anyway.
I guess. Yeah.
Free phone.
Oh, look, John's already walked off. Let's go.
So, Poe, there's a weird lady walking beside you. She's like, what did we say, 7 months pregnant?
Yeah.
like red hair, just walking beside you silently.
Wait, is this the same one that was just being inappropriate a minute ago?
No,
No.
No, that was
Oh,
me.
yeah. I was
That
like,
was
I'm losing
Nina.
track of who's who.
no, that was Nina being inappropriate.
Okay. So the one being quiet, he's like, "Hi, salutations. I'm Poe. Pleased to meet your acquaintance. Are you part of our group now?"
You rode the motorcycle.
Excuse me?
You rode the motorcycle. You can get out of town.
I mean, I suppose I can. I don't think I've ever been trapped in a town before, even though supposedly this place has a reputation.
You cannot be trapped.
All right. And he just looks at both Don and John, just like, is this normal?
Nothing's normal here.
Well, typical of this place.
I wouldn't know.
We found her wandering barefoot in a cornfield 45 minutes walk out of town. I think she might be in shock, but the doctor is unavailable. So we said we'd keep an eye on her until the doctor was available.
That's
Also, her fiance is a slightly unpleasant person.
So y'all met there. You met the fiance.
Yes.
And
He did
where's
briefly turn up.
and they chose to just skedaddle and not actually do anything remotely helpful.
We might have
He supplied the
convinced-
coat and boots, and then we said that we would be happy to keep an eye on her as he was such a busy man.
He dropped off a bunch of money too, like $347.
Nina, did
Huh.
you count the money?
Yeah. Why didn't you?
I
because
suppose you could do that, couldn't you?
I don't want or need it. I mean,
Well, I can use $347.
In this town?
No, when I get out of here.
If the money's good when you're not here.
It's true. He's a type that would have fake money.
Right, John's going to immediately make a beeline for like newspapers and
Okay.
magazines and stuff and get into his research. Can I roll something for that?
Yes.
What would you like me to roll?
Oh, there's not research, is there? There's
Education?
yes, education.
Can I add my ranks in research
Yes, you can.
to this? Okay, yeah, researcher. Second to add.
Hey, real quick question while Rand is doing that. We're streaming live right now, right?
Yes.
On what channel? 'Cause I'm-
YouTube.
YouTube.
Oh, not on the. I was about to say, like, I am not seeing it on Twitch. That makes sense. Okay, sorry.
21 on my research roll.
Oh wow. Okay. What are you looking
This
for?
is what I do.
What are you looking for?
What the fuck is going on is what I'm looking for. Also,
very pin.
yeah, pinpoint accuracy. The time dilation, the stigmata, anything to do with the Key of Solomon, and the Book of the Dead at the same time, like why you would want those two texts together, linked into anything about ritual children, because I reckon some shit's going on with this pregnancy. Yeah, the stigmata, the losing time. Are there particular rituals that are better done in a place where a ritual has already been completed? Because I know some funky shit went on here like last year or the year before. I'm also putting aside things for that for me to photocopy for my own research because there's a reason I'm here.
Okay, so the regular newspapers, you don't find any. Well, all you find in the regular newspapers are about all of the weird stuff going on around the world.
I was
the
going
weird-
for like the Madison newspaper. You know?
Yeah, I know, but you find the world newspapers that have all the weird stuff going on around the world. You find the weekly world news that has some articles about a demonic cult that's trying to take over the world, and they have a ritual, and I guess it has some nonsense about celebrities and politicians being involved.
Yeah.
And there's also an article in that Weekly World News about a shoot, I can't give this away yet. Never mind.
I'm also looking for mentions of this family, the Taylor family, Richard Taylor.
That's mentioned in a Weekly World News article, but it's small, and it's in an article about a just a haunted building, and also you do get it up in, like one of those up in top 40 under 40 or something, and he's mentioned in that.
Okay.
Like up and coming, interested in politicians and humanitarian efforts.
Is the fiance mentioned in there?
He's one of the top 40.
Yeah, no, but is it like he and his fiance Sheila blah 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 are expecting their first child in May or something like that?
No, that's in the Madison paper. It's not mentioned in any of the world papers, but in the Madison paper, it's the he talks about his fiance who does great work for the community, like lots and lots of love peace stuff, and he's running for mayor. And there's a really, really old piece of paper in a different language.
What
you'll be
language
able
is
to
it?
read it. It's in Latin.
Cool. John knows Latin. This is already being pre-established.
Yes, it has. You'll be able to read it. It is a just explaining about demonic forces and how to summon them.
And it's like a torn piece of paper, like it came out of a book or something?
Yes.
All right.
You wrote really well, so you found a lot of stuff.
Excellent. So John's going to start splitting things up into like piles of things, like this is stuff Poe will be good at, this is stuff Don will be good at, and then he's going to take the piece of paper that's clearly torn out of the book and he wants to go find the librarian.
Okay.
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, you go ahead.
I was going to say, Don is actually kind of looking at the structure of the library itself to see if architecturally or engineering wise there's anything off. Like if there's any sunken floors, like there's a vault hidden, like there's like the weight of like a panic room or a vault or something hidden somewhere. Scrapes on the floor from like a bookshelf that swings out, anything like that. Anything.
Can you roll sight?
For sight, or would it be like mechanical engineering, or would it be sight?
Okay, mechanical engineering.
Ooh, I believe I get a bonus for that too. 20.
Okay. Yes, you can see where there's a trapdoor, and there's also a bookshelf that moves.
Okay, there's a trapdoor and a bookshelf that moves.
Yes.
Is the trapdoor locked?
No. And Poe, what are you doing?
I was gonna say, real quick, it has been established that John is from Europe, is from England.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. At some point, Poe would
none the least by the accent.
Yeah. I just want to make sure. Poe would be like, "Hey, look at this, John. They have the Daily Mail print edition. I was not expecting that here."
Well, that's unfortunate.
It is. Like you would expect, like the Sun or National Enquirer, but somehow all the way here, they have the print edition, Daily Mail. Huh. Anyway, hey, what's Don doing? What are you fiddling with over there?
Don kind of tries to be subtle about kind of motioning them over.
Okay, Nina's over there flirting with the librarian. And Sheila's just sitting there.
So there appears to be a trapdoor, and one of these bookshelves moves out and opens up.
Oh wow.
That's.
I can't tell if that's ominous or just normal around here.
From what I've
Both.
heard, that's yes. The answer is yes.
To both. Yeah.
Right. Well, perhaps we should take a look for the moving bookshelf.
Yeah, he's gonna kind of check the bookshelf first. See if we can get that open. Like, is it just gonna open for him? Is it gonna be one of those you have to find a book and pull it?
Okay.
Could I do a site with adding horror fan to it to find like the right book?
Yes.
Yes. That's amazing.
That
Oh.
means 21.
Okay, you know what? Sheila's gonna be creepy and walk beside you. And just kind of stand there.
If you're looking for poetry shit, I think it's 2 rows over there.
She's just gonna stare at you.
Right.
And the book
You
is
feeling all right? Like, John will just be talking to her like she's not being creepy. We'll just be like, you feeling okay, Sheila? Would you like to have a seat? You probably shouldn't be walking on those feet, honestly. I saw some bean bags just around the corner, perhaps.
Yeah, if you
Would
wanted
you
to
care?
sit down and rest.
Would you care for a bean bag?
she's just gonna stare.
I was gonna say we found her barefoot. She's still barefoot, I'm assuming.
No,
No,
she said-
we
she
got her
has
some
shoes now.
shoes.
Oh, okay. I was okay. So yeah. So Poe would not have seen what her feet look like. So all right.
John did some rudimentary first aid, but there's a reason we want the doctor to take a look at.
Okay.
Just the book is the I was gonna say the book is the secret garden, and just as you see it, she's gonna say ring ring. And the text is gonna come through from the doctor.
Right. Oh, look at that. Sherry said that the doctor has finally left Mrs. Baptiste's house. So, theoretically, I suppose we should split our forces. But I don't like the idea of that, just from a...
I mean, it never worked
trapped
out.
in a horror movie sort of
Yeah, I mean, it never really works out, and kind of like the Mystery Inc. or even Voltron. They work better when they're together.
Let's not split up and look for clues.
Yeah, I wasn't planning on doing that. I'm following y'all's two lead.
Right. Well, we should get Sheila to the doctor and then come back and examine this area. John will take a picture on his phone of the bookshelf and the book, and like in the context of where in the library it is in case something changes.
Yeah, Dawn has likewise used a stylus to make a quick sketch of the layout of the library on his phone and marked where the bookshelf and the trapdoor are. So he's kind of half of the mind if they're going to come back and they're going to be moved or they're going to be gone.
Nina, we're headed to the doctor now.
What?
I do apologize for interrupting this. We're headed to the doctor's office.
Oh, right. I'll see you later, Odette. And she like stops flirting.
It was a pleasure to meet you. Yes, we should get going.
Hey, Don. I see you're kind of drawing out what the layout of the building. Do you think this might be like a Gozer situation, where like the building itself is like a antenna for ethereal, or just something you do in your bedtime? I don't know.
I have absolutely no idea.
Oh, okay. Never mind. I was just maybe I'm looking for things that aren't there.
I won't lie. Until my best friend got stuck in this hell town last year, I would have said the supernatural bullshit was bullshit, but apparently not. So
I mean, it could still be bullshit. It's just bullshit we got to deal with.
not quite what I meant, but yeah.
I know. I just.
But yeah, we should get Sheila to the doctor, the medical doctor. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, of course. My vehicle isn't enough room for everybody. How are we walking? Is it walking distance? I have no idea.
It's only about 5 minutes walk.
Oh, well, I'll just leave my vehicle parked here. Come on, Eleanor. And Eleanor was just sitting there. Like, she was parked out. Eleanor just sat outside the library the whole time waiting.
Well,
Sheila
let's
whispers
hope that
something to Nina
we
and
get
keeps
some
proud.
answers. She was, I swear she was much more normal before lunch.
She was. After
Nina, what did you order her?
I don't know, the stew. The vegetarian stew.
That's what I had, and I don't think I've gotten more creepy. Have I gotten more creepy?
Well, I mean,
I wasn't asking you, Nina.
No.
You have proved yourself to be very, I shan't say, and John sort of like huffily wraps his hoodie around him. And
You're fun. You get so mad.
I'm not mad. I'm not mad. I'm disappointed.
You get so disappointed.
Yes. Well, I don't see why you have to be cruel. Come along, Sheila. Let's go to the doctor. Yeah. And John will sort of like put a hand on her back between the shoulder blades and start walking off. Again, very huffily.
She's creepy anyway. She creeped me out just now.
Perhaps you shouldn't have implied that it was a good thing that
How about we just move on?
Yeah, let's
we
just
go to the doctor's office.
Merrily on our way.
There's even more signs up. They're everywhere. There's just this guy really wants to win mayor.
I can't even see the street signs now.
No, you can't. There's just so many. Vote for Richard Raymond.
Oh, is there something about this guy that I should know about?
That's Sheila's fiance.
Is the
guy-
flyer that Don wrote vote for Pedro on still up?
Yes. That's still
Is there somebody running against him?
No.
No.
Huh.
Which honestly makes it even more sad and pathetic.
Obnoxious, I was going to say.
Yes, that too.
He really wants to be mayor.
Not sure what that actually gets him in a town as regional as this, but
Yes, well, apparently for the last person, it got them. Never mind, actually.
that's you're being very cryptic again, Don.
I thought you were going to say it's one of those towns that occasionally, like votes in a goat or a dog. And
Eleanor
so,
would make an excellent man. Maybe she should run against him.
I mean, she's got my vote, right, Eleanor?
I'd vote for Eleanor.
I'm English, I can't vote in your elections at all, but theoretically she would also have my vote. Can we say we get to the doctor's office?
Yeah, sorry, I had to mute for a second. Yeah, you get to the doctor's office and he's like just walking inside as you get there.
Oh, you're back from lunch at 4:00. Excellent.
Yeah, we close at 5.
Excellent. Well, perhaps if you wouldn't mind, Doctor, Miss Sheila here, we found her wandering barefoot through the snow. And she could probably use some... Doctor?
Yeah. Just send her back. I'll take care of it.
Perhaps you would like to hear the entire story?
Yeah, okay, yeah, sure.
Doctor, how many fingers am I holding up?
4. I mean 3.
John shoots a concerned look at Poe and Don.
Yeah, just send her back. I'll take care of it.
All right. I know HIPAA and everything, although I'm not sure how much this town cares about HIPAA. But how to take care of it? How?
Sheila, would you like one of us to come with you? Into
Yes.
the examination?
Would you like
That's what I was gonna
someone to
suggest.
accompany you?
Sheila nods.
Right. Who would like?
Anybody?
I mean, she seems to stare at you the most, John.
Oh dear. Yes, I can do that. Come.
Okay,
come along,
yeah,
Sheila.
sure, whatever.
Let's
Let's just get
Yes,
this
Doctor. That's certainly. This seems very professional and fine.
Mhm. Yeah,
We'll be back forthwith.
Yeah. If you wind up needing anybody else, just shoot me a text or yell or something.
Yes.
Literally just, yeah. I'll kick the
I'll
door.
let you know. Perhaps not. Yes. Come along. And once again, John will put like a hand between her shoulder blades, very appropriately high on the back.
Not
He's
the
a very
small,
appropriate young man, John is.
not the small of the back,
Like-
but the large of the back. I guess.
Almost like Keanu Reeves style.
So this doctor's completely incompetent.
Doctor, I told you that her feet were injured. Why are you looking at her arm? Do you need her to take her shoes off?
No, she doesn't have to do that.
To examine her feet, do you need her to take her shoes off, Doctor?
She was walking, right?
Yes.
So she's fine. Look, I'll put my stethoscope on. I'll listen to it. Look, she's got a heartbeat. She's alive.
I should hope so.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to be one moment. One moment. And he'll stick his head out of the looking like completely discombobulated. He's like, would someone else mind, perhaps?
Oh my!
I'm not sure what to do here. Please.
I was gonna say if you when the two of you go or the three of you go back there, I was gonna say to Donna like, hey, since everything seems to be not quite what it seems, and also this guy seems to not be in the right place, let's do a little bit of snooping. See if we can, I mean,
Oh, I was actually about to suggest the same thing.
absolutely, I'm on board with this. Let's see what we
Okay,
can
so
find.
Nina will go back there with you, John.
Although Don's definitely gonna keep an eye on his phone, keep an ear out for.
Oh yeah, of course. I was thinking
Yeah.
sort of in the, like this is a in the meantime as they first
Yeah.
go in there, which I'm sure it won't take long for John to be like, please come.
And Nina will go back
He's just
there.
not confrontational enough to deal with this. He's like, this is definitely wrong, but I can't say anything about it. I'm gonna get someone else to.
So
what
for
do you-
at least a couple of minutes,
Yeah.
Poe and John will just be digging around and look
you
for
want to roll
things.
sight or something? Or sight or any research that you have?
What do I have? I guess I'll just do sight because I don't know what else I can do. I can't see the roll, so somebody else gonna have to tell me.
You got a 12.
All those bonuses and
Oh my gosh.
that means I rolled really low.
With sight or education.
I rolled sight, so
Why don't you roll education with your bonuses? I know you have bonuses.
19.
Okay, you want to roll again, Josh?
I mean, sure. I was just gonna say, even more issues of the Daily Mail. Why? Yeah, try.
Oh, that's
That's a bad sign in a doctor's waiting room.
Seriously.
They're like the people who are like, don't get the vaccine, it's full of microchips.
It's like,
Immigrants
I
are
would-
stealing our corn. Like,
I'm still waiting for my 5G service, so
I
Seriously.
didn't get mine either. What was your second roll, Josh?
I actually, for some reason,
you
I
got a
don't-
25.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Yes.
So you do find issues of the Daily Mail and of like the Sun and all, like a bunch of tabloids, and you also find some
Hey.
files.
I have an old issue of Jet. All right. Anyway, keep going.
1978.
This Epoch News? Oh my god. Well, we found kindling.
There's a file behind the desk that has Sheila's name on it, and it says that they have to save the baby at all costs, and to it's got like a list of medications that she's supposed to take that are just to kind of keep her sedated.
Real quick, out of curiosity, who found that? Me or Poe or Don?
Who got the highest score?
I got a
Poe did.
19 and Poe got a 25.
Poe found it.
Okay. I was wondering if it would be one of those moments where we just happen to like put our hands on it, like we touch hands by accident, like, we have a small moment, like, nope. It's like, we're both like, hey, here's a filing cabinet at the same time. Yeah, okay. If Poe finds it first, he's like, hey, doctor, you might understand some of this lingo better than me. It's got Sheila's name on it.
Well, if nothing else, he could probably Google the medications.
Yeah, and it's
And they're sedatives, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Now, you said
uh,
it mentions a baby, but it doesn't mention names, father, or anything like that. It's
She's
just-
very
well,
pregnant.
the
Oh, she
uh,
is very pregnant right now.
Yeah.
yeah, and the
Ah.
whole save the baby at all costs is a little concerning.
Yeah.
At this point, I think John sticks his head out and is like, I don't believe this man has a medical license.
I guess the question is there a medical license somewhere on
Yeah.
the wall?
Yeah,
Yeah, there is. But Nina holds up a bottle, an empty bottle of, I don't know, vodka. And she's like, this was behind the desk too.
Oh God, he got his medical degree at East Carolina University. It's just a straight party school.
oh, I
The
thought he
worst
got it
kind
at
of party school.
I thought he got it at Grey Goose. Having a look behind the desk there.
Yeah, it might have been what he minored in.
Either way, well, thank you, Doctor. That was very helpful. Sheila, come along now, Sheila. I think that it's time that we leave.
I was gonna say if overhearing that her feet are messed up and the fact that she's pregnant, Poe would be like, how about we just commandeer a wheelchair for her?
Yeah,
I got it.
One.
Nina just finds one.
Oh, look at that. It
Sure,
says
Oh,
feet.
And
well,
in,
are there crutches in there at the same time?
yeah, I was gonna say Don
Yeah.
was gonna look for some crutches.
Yeah, there's crutches back there. You need them?
Excellent.
Which
It's
one
always
do you want?
handy to have.
Hey, Doc, I'm taking all your crutches. And Nina just like gets an armful of them. Pick the ones you want.
And John will go through and pick very carefully, like with the eyes and hands of experience. Be like, these ones. Thank you.
Anything else?
I don't think there's anything you can do to clear sedatives faster, assuming you've shared this information.
Oh yeah, they
Uh,
should it.
we should probably taper them off, if I'm right. If she's been on sedatives for a long time, isn't that very rough on the system?
Yeah, no,
Clear them?
you don't want to stop those quickly. So and they've got the list of the medications she's been on. So gonna be looking for those.
Hey, do I need
Is
to?
there like a pharmacy attached to this, or
There's a room in the back that has medication samples in it.
okay? Just if she's going to be staying with us for a while, we should probably pick up her medication, shouldn't we? John asks, looking at the other two people, like, please help. I'm so lost. Please.
I mean, let me ask you this: would it be helpful if I coerce the doctor into actually being helpful?
If you think you can, he didn't even want to look at her feet.
And
I mean, admittedly, we brought them back up to temperature slowly and carefully, but I still.
hey, Dr. Captain Morgan. Hey,
Dr. Reed.
yeah, like I said, Dick. Hey, are you gonna actually do your job and help?
I
mean,
did.
help.
Fine. She's fine. Baby's fine.
Protect the baby at all costs and all that.
Yeah, call her Guy, and she's fine. Baby's fine.
Yeah. Come here for a second. And he's gonna like basically just like grab his nose and like just yank it. He's gonna literally yank him up by his nose. Be like,
Oh my!
we don't really have time for like the hair of the dog right now, so I need you to like clear your head real fast. Just put your head back, take a deep breath through your mouth,
Okay.
and if you need me to, I can help clear that out of your system real fast. But you might want to do it yourself. Do your job. Help the young lady.
What?
Now.
What's going? Oh my gosh!
Okay. Roll a Oh my gosh, what is that stat?
Maybe Daunt?
No, for
Maybe.
intimidate.
Yeah, that's Daunt. Daunt is intimidate.
Oh. I do not have very high daunt. Is that what I need to roll?
Yes, Daunt.
Oh, I was okay. So
What
Well,
were you
let's-
hoping for?
I have no idea. I have no idea. I was like, I was because once again I didn't know that
I
was
think he wanted to do his job, right?
really his goal right now is to like get the doctor, because almost everybody who's a regular drunk has like a method that they use to sober up very quickly, and he's trying to like get him to like he's basically insinuating, if you don't clear yourself up, I'm gonna make you vomit, and then you're gonna like
Okay. So what did
That
you
was
get?
only an 8 on the door.
only an 8. Yeah, I didn't know.
Gosh. The guy just kind of passes out a little bit.
Yeah, I say we just grab whatever we think we need, and I'm gonna leave him in a compromising position.
Perhaps we should stop by the pharmacy in town and see if she has any scripts on file that we could pick up.
Well, I mean, we have the list of medications here in our file, which,
Yes.
by the way, I think we should take with us and not leave with this man, which there's a good chance he probably has a copy, but
More I meant when we need the medications themselves to taper off the doses. If
You know,
they
there's
have
a room in
scripts
the
on
back.
file at the pharmacy and
There's a room in the back of medicine.
okay. Maybe this is just the difference between American doctors and Australians. Like, doctors don't have like prescription medicine at their offices here, like ever. But that's probably just a difference between countries. So if that's how you guys say it works, I
I'm
believe.
sorry.
It can just be John doesn't get it either. Like, but that's not how doctors. Okay.
if there's just a whole bunch of medicine, just like a stock back there,
You just need the key.
I mean, is there anything super suspicious, like something that a doctor probably shouldn't have, or like a
It's back.
quantity?
Cocaine Mountain.
Yeah, cocaine mountain, like a quantity that they shouldn't have.
Yeah, it's not a cocaine mountain back there, but there are some things. The doctor isn't a vet, so there is ketamine, but there's a lot of it.
Are we allowed to be back here? I feel like we aren't allowed to be back here.
Yeah, which ketamine wouldn't be super weird for a vet, but if it's in like massive quantities,
It's in massive quantities. There's like Xanax, lots of sedatives are back there. And there's some paralytics back there.
well, this is very concerning.
But all the medicines on the list are there.
John is definitely like hovering by the door, like darting glances out and back in, and being like, are we allowed to be back here?
No, Anita's just like,
I
nope.
don't care. I don't care if we're allowed to be back here.
But isn't
and-
that breaking the law?
Isn't the what wasn't the old guy at the diner was the cop, right?
Yeah.
What's the cop gonna do? Say nasty things to us?
But it's.
I mean, if this town
do
abides
that,
by a
it's
drunk
illegal.
doctor who, and nobody seems to care about a woman, who, if the future mayor doesn't even care about his, I'm assuming wife, fiance, whatever, is, bleeding in a stupor, I don't think I'm worried about what they consider lawful.
Honestly, I'm half of mine to take about 3/4 of this medication and just destroy it because it shouldn't be here.
Oh, and I did. What
We can
was
do
the
that.
medicine? I didn't hear what it was.
There's a ton of ketamine, which
Ketamine. Okay.
ketamine, which by itself would be completely normal to be at a vet's office, but it's in massive quantities.
At the human doctor office.
Which again, for certain procedures would be normal, but it's in massive quantities, and there's like tons of Xanax, loads of sedatives, there's a bunch of paralytics. It's like this is like a shop of horrors back here in this pharmacy, and it's like I am also assuming that there are pharmaceuticals that are lacking
Yes.
that a normal doctor
No antibiotics. No.
Yeah, no antibiotics at all.
yeah.
Hey, look, they actually have ivermectin. I don't know if that's a good sign or a bad one.
What's ivermectin?
Oh my God.
It's actually
It's
really
It's a horse. Yeah, don't ask. Actually,
it's a deworming medicine. It's actually really useful for a very specific thing. But some people seem to think it helps you with COVID.
Oh, okay.
Some idiots. Yeah,
Yeah, especially ones
it's
with,
a whole thing.
Yeah.
Right.
But
Yeah,
it
like I
does,
said, don't
it does
ask.
keep you from getting river blindness disease. So it's good for that.
I think I'm just going to stay by the door and keep an eye out in case something does happen. And just so that
Everyone
Scylla
is-
can continue to sit in the waiting room. I'll just wait here.
Hey, are you John, can you whistle? And I can't do it, but he puts his fingers in his mouth. It's like, can you do like a loud or a
I can whistle. Yes.
all right. As long as you like let us know what's going like something is up. Eleanor will keep you company. She can bark pretty loud when she needs to.
Excellent. Okay, come along, Sheila. Let's sit down. So you were telling me about Emily Dickinson, and he like just kind of leaves the scene.
Yeah. Exit stage left.
So are y'all gathering the medication up
Oh,
down?
I mean, it's kind of like this is a tiny town, and there's like
I mean, maybe there's just nothing else to do, so just get high, right?
Get on the K. Yeah.
That's
I
right.
get that special K. Yeah.
That's right. the Special K.
But it's like there's a reasonable amount of medication to have, and then there's like this is like leagues beyond normal.
Yeah, I'm not too concerned about what I mean. Once again, we don't know the rhyme and reason for this place. Is this what they've been giving her?
Yeah. So Don's gonna grab he's gonna grab the stuff that at least is on file that she was taking, because it's stuff that you shouldn't just stop taking. And I'm assuming the doctor's still just kind of lying on the floor or something.
Yeah, he is.
Don't put him in the recovery position on his way out.
Oh, God, it's nice.
I'm gonna pants him. Like, yep, he's gonna find a stethoscope in a very unusual place. Or maybe for him it's not so unusual, but it's where he's gonna find it.
Well, you made Nina laugh. She loves it.
Don kind of pauses and kicks him really lightly as he walks by. Kind of mutters, asshole.
So you're just going to leave everything?
Oh.
Take the records?
Yeah, he takes the records and he takes some of the meds, at least that are on the list, but man, it's kind of like, again, there are legitimate uses for the meds that are there. It's just scary that they're there in that quantity.
Yeah.
And that there's so much stuff that should be there that's not.
Yeah, there's no antibiotics. There's not very many supplies for like stitching stuff up.
You know what? Kind of real gut feeling on should this
Please
should be
do.
here not 15.
You know what? I'm gonna give it to you. This place is creepy. It should not be here.
Yeah, Don's gonna take enough meds and a little bit more just in case to taper off. And then he's just gonna start smashing stuff. Like the stuff in the cabinets. He's not gonna smash it all, just in case, somebody
Go to
does.
the next room over, you just hear, oh dear.
Just in case there is a legitimate need for somebody. He's not gonna smash all of it, but he's only gonna leave like a bit.
Okay. And I'm going to give you all the freebie. Nina is grabbing up medical supplies into a bag.
Oh wow, really wasn't all right. Just
Nope. He like if it's a vial, it gets smashed on the floor. If it's pills, it's getting like they're getting emptied into a toilet and flushed. It's gone.
At the pharmacy, so this is fine. People are not going to go without medicine.
Yeah. So this doctor shouldn't have it though. It's going. It's gone.
well,
And he can clean up the broken glass himself. He's an asshole.
I mean, one, after spending several days with you, I did not expect this. Wow. And two, he'll probably think he did it in his drunken stupor.
Several days?
Hasn't it been several days? Or did we not?
No, we did. But you left the town, so you can sense this. Everybody else cannot, because we've been in the town. So it's a kind of surprise. Several days. Well, we did lose days, so.
Well, I thought I was referring to when we all got snowed in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They can't remember it because they were in town. You remember it because you left the town to go to Target.
Okay. Well, I stand by what I said then.
Oh, how many days was it?
I'm not sure. You have to tell me.
No,
How long
do
did
you
it
know
take
what
to
we
go to
did?
Target?
Do you know what we did in those several days? Because we can't remember.
Oh, is this Nina asking?
Yeah.
He's like, think we might have played Parcheesi? I don't know.
We played Mario Kart.
Yeah, we basically just talked amongst ourselves. Dr. Nass over here gave us some more info, but still very cryptic. And I believe John had something due that you were stressed out about.
Have you come back into the waiting room at this point?
Yeah, I think so.
After a great deal of glass was smashed.
Well, while you were smashing stuff, Poe would have just left because he's not that kind of reckless destroying. It was like, It's like, I have my moments, but I don't.
When you come out, John is like apparently trying to explain some concept to Sheila. It's like, so anyway, the issue is, how do I get them from the hall to the clock tower without it seeming, kind of forced? Because I need them in the clock tower to have that scene make sense. But if they move from the hall to the clock tower, there's no particular reason, and there are zombies everywhere. Do you understand? And like Sheila's completely silent, so it's clearly he's just like talking to himself.
Yeah.
It's like.
Like, what were you hoping to do? Like, jump her out of her stupor out of frustration or confusion?
Like we started on Dickinson, and then I'm struggling with some at the moment. It's nothing really.
Was it like a fox and a hen and a birdseed situation, or what?
Oh no, it's. I dabble in some creative writing occasionally.
Yeah.
I've just run into a bit of a plot hole, and I was thinking maybe if I talk it out, I can come up with something. But
man runs in with a gun. So you solve any problem. A luchador jumps out of a birthday cake. Boom.
I feel like that would rather change the tone, but thank you for the suggestion.
I mean, it helps you get out. I've heard that it helps you get out of writer's block. You throw something in there that doesn't belong. You write a little bit about it. It helps break the, it gets you on a different train of track, and then it helps open up your mind to being more fluid later on.
Oh,
so, writing exercise.
I'll try that. Thank you, Poe. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't use it because I don't write, but I collect information in my head. Yeah.
Is it going to? Sheila just turns to John and says, "Is it going to be as tragic as Ezio?"
John genuinely looks very taken aback. Like, oh, I didn't know that you knew that. Yes. Yes, I didn't think that. Well, that is, and he just sort of like stops.
Well, I guess she was listening.
And when they do come back into the room, like Dawn legitimately looks just a little bit angry.
Just a little bit.
just a little bit. Like I said, he's actually, after the initial "what the hell is going on? Oh my god, I'm stuck in this hell town," he actually did start to chill out, and now he kind of looks pissed off. So.
I was hoping you'd work out some of that rage. Do you need to take a deep breath? I mean, you all right?
Oh, much, much better now that the situation back there is taken care of.
That's what you call being taken care of, like a member of the mafia. Sure.
Well, I mean, he's not going to use it now.
Anita's got an extra wheelchair now, and she's filled with supplies. And like, there's a bag on the back of supplies. And she's like, "Are we going?"
Yeah, use it like a shopping cart.
For this?
What?
Are we going to get in trouble for this?
I don't care.
Again, what's the cop gonna do? Say nasty things to us again? Stand in the doorway?
I all right.
No, hey, John. Hey, don't worry about it, man. Nobody's gonna do anything to you while I'm right here.
Jesus, I'm turning into Ben.
I mean, I'm the one stealing the stuff, so.
We're not accomplices?
Well, I don't really call it stealing. This place doesn't believe in. First of all, this place supposedly doesn't believe in capitalism, and the person the proprietor isn't being helpful. So we're helping ourselves, and in one way or another, we've left him with the bill.
Right. I suppose. John will just kind of follow behind, looking troubled.
And so let's drop this stuff off, And I'm assuming you're going back to the house.
Yeah.
Okay, you're almost back to the house, and Nina trips over a trapdoor.
What?
Where are we when she trips?
You're like right where the Victorian houses start.
So it's a trap door in like on the sidewalk.
Yeah.
On the pavement?
Yeah, as you're walking. Like you wouldn't have found it you normally, but I'm just giving you that she trips over it.
Like,
Are you okay, Nina?
No, this stupid whatever this is was in my way. Okay, I was dragging my feet, but it was in my way.
Right.
what is this, like a service tunnel or something? Service entrance?
Perhaps.
Like, why is it there? Why is it raised the way it is?
I don't know. Like I wrote
Yes.
this down.
Ever so slightly open. Poe, would you mind giving me a hand? I'm not the strongest.
Yeah, I can lift it. I mean, I'm assuming it's easy for Poe to do this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It leads to a tunnel underground, just like a room.
Right. Nina, would you mind taking Sheila the rest of the way to the house? It's just. And John can literally like point at it. I assume like we're right there.
You used a wheelchair. The supplies and the girl.
Yeah.
I could do one or the other.
Well, then prioritize the person, Nina.
Okay, whatever. She takes her home to the house.
She's a very strange lady, isn't she? Isn't she?
Yeah.
I mean, this whole town seems to be everyone has a very blasé attitude towards just about everything.
But she's very unpleasant to the people around her.
Generally, yes.
And yet she keeps following you around like a puppy dog. What do you make of that?
I assume. Well, she said it's because I get huffy, which I feel is personally not quite accurate. I wouldn't describe myself as huffy per se.
Y'all will remember that she just like that this is what she does around people. She lashes out. She thinks you're going to leave. Abandonment
Perhaps
issues.
Reactive, I would allow, but huffy seems a bit harsh. Either way, shall we investigate? A series of mysterious underground tunnels is quite juicy, I would say.
You said there's a room under the trapdoor?
It looks like a room, but it's the tunnels from last season.
Oh God.
I mean,
That
if someone's willing to give me a hand down the ladder, of course.
I mean, I would like Don the Cryptic over here to that was a sigh of that seems familiar.
Are you familiar with the concept of impossible spaces?
Yes.
Enlighten me.
So, unless something has changed, you enter a tunnel. And if I recall correctly, it was 7 minutes to traverse from one trapdoor to another. Always 7 minutes. Or almost always.
7 minutes. Interesting.
Yes,
and John will pull out his
7
notebook, flip.
Unless something has changed.
That's
And
particularly
regardless-
interesting because 7 is often used as a key number in occult texts.
Yes, it is. And the tunnel could be appearing to go in one direction, but then you reach the end and open the trapdoor and wind up somewhere that would have been in another direction and a different distance than you should have traveled through the tunnel. Thus the impossible space.
Well, the solution to this seems fairly obvious. You simply wedge the first trapdoor open while you investigate the tunnel and then return without exiting through the second.
Or do like the guy with the Minotaur mace and like have a rope or a string or something.
Yes, precisely. Theseus and the Minotaur.
Ah, yeah.
We have several crutches. They're made of strong medical grade metal.
They
I
did
wouldn't say-
that with the carabiner and rope and measured and the friend who got stuck here did that with the carabiner and rope and measured. It was 7 minutes and it was the same distance and yeah.
I'm simply saying, if we wish to investigate and see why it is that this tunnel has suddenly appeared, because as I remember, this trapdoor was not here the last time we walked down this area. I have rather a habit of finding any sort of irregularity in a surface and falling over rather spectacularly. So I would personally be quite keen to see what's inside.
Cool. And if the other end leads us right into the middle of a cornfield?
As I said, we do not go through the other end. We simply descend, investigate the immediate surroundings, and return.
And if we return and the trapdoor opens to somewhere else?
We don't close the trapdoor.
And it's going to stay open for us.
That's what the crutch is for.
Poe, can you roll sight?
Sure. Dee. Bonk. And somebody else has to tell me what it is because I can't.
14.
14.
Hey, your bike is at the house.
My bike is at the house?
The one that you left at the library?
Yeah. He's like, that's rather disturbing. Anybody else see that?
Your motorcycle?
Yeah, the one that I left about, a few clicks back.
Oh, that is strange.
Yeah. He actually looks over to see if Eleanor's next to him. Oh, she's
Yeah.
still here.
John will lean down to scratch the doggy behind the ears.
I don't know if I want to take care of that first or I'm not leaving you two, but
As I see it, we have three possible things to investigate: that trapped shelf in the library, the tunnel, and the house. I think that once we start to taper Sheila off her medication, we'll get some very interesting answers from her. And there is definitely something sinister or possibly right-wing regarding that pregnancy as well.
And don't forget Sherry's at the house.
You say that as though those are two separate things, but yes.
Sherry's at the house too, if you want to go and get her.
That would probably be a good idea. Maybe we should get Sherry,
Yes. Okay, so
Safety numbers.
Theoretical plan. We go pick up Sherry. The library, I think, is probably our next key thing, and leave some sort of marker here to remind us of where the trapdoor is. Poe, do you have road tape in your bike?
I've got road tape. I've got spray paint. I've got I got flares, but we don't need to use those right now.
Perhaps we could just outline the trapdoor in road tape.
I was thinking of once again, I don't know if there's like a tree nearby or like a signpost. I was thinking about tying like some bright marker on there so that we can see it from a distance.
Don does have that big fat Sharpie in his pocket. That he marked that flyer with earlier. So
I mean,
he
I
could
think
just
we should also
outline
mark
that.
the sidewalk. Don't get me wrong, but I think we need a marker for when we're traveling back to this location. We can see it.
Yes, that's a good point.
But
Are
of
there
course-
like
Perhaps-
flyers just covering every building? You just put arrows all over the flyers pointing.
Perhaps Don and I stay next to the trapdoor and you run and grab the supplies?
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I really want to find out why my bike's over there. And yeah, he'll actually jog like pretty briskly. He's like,
Nikki, I think that's pretty much perfectly on end time.
Yeah, it is. I was going to say we are going to end right there.
Poe running up. Poe. With his knees up, his football run. American football.
I feel like John's only reaction to everything this session was that the Club Penguin screenshot of they can't do that. That's illegal.
Yes, please. I'm trying to get my child to turn the music down. Sorry.
Fantastic. That was a lot of fun to watch. We're gonna do our outros here and then talk about our sponsors once more, and then we'll head out. We'll do favorite. What was your favorite part? Where can folks find you? Anything you'd like to share or plug? And let's start with Josh.
Hey, yeah, my name's Josh. Twitter at Hobox. Some places, other places, Reburied a Cult. Even though I have a podcast, Teenagers and Troublemakers, that I haven't updated in forever. I have a 3-page Mage Duel rules you can get on DM's Guild for free if you'd like. And on Sundays now, the time has changed. I actually run a D&D game that Ren is the big daddy of.
Thank you. I hate the fact that is now just what we refer to Enkyline as, but I cannot deny that it is true.
I mean, it's daddy daycare. You're running a daddy daycare for all the. Nikki is also on the game now, and that's about all my stuff. And favorite part. I came in super late, so I think I feel like I missed a lot. But I guess, I guess sort of the semi teamwork at the doctor's office, and then the unexpected rage smashing of Dawn. I really wasn't expecting that.
Awesome.
Maybe a little pyromania, but I didn't expect full blown just
Hulk smash.
Yeah, manhandling with a it's like you didn't even use a crowbar.
It's just like, no, this needs to go.
Oh, that's funny. All right, next we've got Ran. What was your favorite part? Where can folks find you? Anything you'd like to share or plug?
Yeah. So I'm Ran. You can find me on Twitter at Ran Plays Games. You can find me on Josh's D&D stream on Mondays Australia time, Sundays American time, where I play, as previously stated, a very grumpy middle-aged man. My favorite part of this session was probably Don and John getting real mad at this doctor for not showing up like for hours on end, and then having their little powwow in the kitchen where John lied really badly about the kettle not working, and then Don was just like, yeah, I'll beat up this fiance if I have to, I'll lie through my teeth, and John being like, you could just say that, was my favorite part, definitely. Yeah, that's all I've got going on at the moment. I am in the middle of writing a source book for a setting, a system agnostic setting, like high fantasy in the style of Zelda and those sorts of elementally aligned games, which you would be able to run in fundamental RPG. Ooh, fun.
Awesome.
And that may be showing up at some point. I may try and convince Raven to let me run a game in that setting so I can do some troubleshooting. We'll see.
Would not have to convince me very hard. That sounds amazing, and I can't wait to see it.
All right,
Awesome.
That's me. Move on.
Awesome. Next, we've got M. Favorite part? Where can folks find you? Anything you want to share or plug?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm Emily. You can find me at Timberdoodles on Twitter. I do digital art. Favorite part? Yeah, I was also really enjoying the Don John dynamic there, and just poor John being just kind of aghast at like everything.
He's a law-abiding citizen.
Just how brash everybody is. And Nina being mostly how aghast was at Nina being like, well, at least it wasn't my town. Which is fair. Which is completely fair. You can also find me on Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Central Time on the Black Feather Twitch TV stream. I play in Champions of the Fae. It's a D&D game. I play a rogue named Reverie who tries to do good without anybody knowing. It's a lot of fun. So yeah, Timberdoodles at Twitter. I post out there, and I'm really excited for next week. Just been all fun.
Awesome. Last but not least, Nikki, what was your favorite part? Where can folks find you? Anything you want to share or plug?
I liked how they were kind of all working together at the doctor's office at the end, and I liked how Nina just really kept messing with John.
Oh man, my poor boy.
She's having a lot of fun messing with him, and it's probably not fair for John, but she's just trying to make him upset.
He's very bullyable. I knew that when I made him.
Wedgies and swirls. Wedgies and swirls.
I was like, there are only going to be two reactions to this man. There will be some people like, he must be protected, and other people like, I'm going to ruin his life.
And you can find me at JaniePot7575 on Twitter. I don't have a lot, but I will. I'll try to remember to post it.
All right.
And I'm in that game on Sunday where I play a mysterious character that appeared out of a jar.
True.
Who was ready to take charge.
I'm so sure we're going to fight like cats and dogs.
We are.
And Kyline does not like the idea of other people telling him what to do. It's going to be great. I can't wait. Cannot wait.
Wait, so if the two of you separate, are you going to split the kids?
I get both those kids. I've raised them for 10 sessions.
The other two players.
Hey, no, we won't have to split them.
I'm suing for full custody.
Oh my goodness.
I want to fight this the whole way. I can't remember right now, but I am very in charge. More than you.
That sounds like a very intense campaign.
A lot of inner conflict, yeah.
Awesome. Let's see. All that's left is to mention our sponsors and where you can find the channel next. So next, I will be over on our Twitch channel, which is twitch.tv/Raven. That's RAVVYN for Animus Absentus. We are in season 5 now, I think, of that show. So very excited to get started on that again. And then next week on Tuesday at 6 p.m. Mountain Time, will be Champions of the Fae. And then Friday next week at noon Mountain Time, we'll finally have the premiere of Avatar Before the Ice Melted, a Avatar The Last Airbender campaign that we'll be running, and that'll be right here on YouTube. And then next week at 6 p.m. Mountain Time on Friday will be more Welcome to Madison. So that's what's coming up for the next week and change there. And I think that is all for that. So our sponsors, once again, are Fundamental RPG. It's a simple D20 system that's not tied to a genre, so you can use it to play any style of game that you'd like, from high fantasy to sci-fi and everything in between. It's what we've used for the game tonight. You can pick that up for physical copies. Head over to Amazon, search for Fundamental RPG, and you should find it right away. If you prefer PDFs, you can pick that up at coffee.com/Raven, like it's spelled at the bottom left-hand corner of the screen. There is also a quick play guide that you can pick up for free at coffee.com/Raven. Thank you. Yeah, coffee.com/Raven. You can pick that quick play guide up for free in PDF form and give it a try. So there's that. And then Die Hard Dice over at dieharddice.com. They sell amazing polymer and metal dice sets and accessories. I use them almost exclusively in my dice bag, which is saying something because I have a ton of dice. But they're amazing. Currently, I highly recommend checking out the 7-piece RPG set called Fairy. It's sort of a pastel rainbow in the middle with a green sort of sheen on top of that and lots of glitter. They're very pretty. Highly recommend checking that out. If you use the code FUNRPG, all capital letters, FUNRPG, you can get 10% off of your order. And again, that's dieharddice.com. And then if you want to catch up on this show or any of the others that we've had over here on YouTube or over on our Twitch channel, you can do so at the Fantasy Network at watch.fantasy.network, or just head over to our playlist section on this channel. We've got them all here as well. I think that is everything, so we will see you tomorrow at 6 p.m. Mountain Time on twitch.tv/Raven for Animus Absentus. Bye, everybody!